Hey guys, welcome to the PHP. I'm Booker. That's Perez. How are you? Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. And the celebrities are ending 2021 with a bang. Let me tell you, Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson over already. Pete Davidson and Miley Cyrus, a new thing. Kim and Kanye back together, talking about Sex and the City, which a lot of our viewers and listeners are sure also probably watching and talking about. Aaron Carter, I think I might get the police involved. I don't know.
Really?
And more. But first, you're not feeling well. So you know what? I can carry this show. I'm more than enough. You can just
No. I'm feeling perfect. I've
But
just
your
lost my
voice.
voice. Yeah, I've
But-
lost it. I
well,
don't
this-
know what happened.
just give us thumbs up or thumbs down.
It doesn't work for the audio version of the show. I'll be okay. I think I just need to keep it low like this and I'll be okay.
All right. How else are you besides that?
I'm good. I'm just stressed. I think it's I'm doing a lot of work around here. That really is taxing. I'll just say this. It makes me appreciate you and us a little bit. I'll tie it back to the show. You are the least flakiest person I know. You are. And I love that about you. So I'll make that. I felt like I should tell all the people in my life that aren't flaky that I appreciate them, but I appreciate your non-flakiness ever. And that's what I'm dealing with, flaky people. And it's so taxing on me. And I think it went to my voice. And, it's the end of the year, the holidays, and I'm barely finished with shopping and I barely started. So I think I'm stressed out. And I've never really had anxiety before. That I have that now? It's like a mess. I'm a mess. So I just need to mellow out.
Last week, when we spoke about Kim and Kanye taking their daughter out of school to go to that fashion show / memorial, so many people were like, yeah, I take my kid out once a week and this and that, the other. And I'm like, okay, great. My children are going to have perfect attendance.
Yeah.
And I'm going to show them, teach them, train them, instill in them the importance of being a follow through person.
Yep.
And those things like, oh, that person's out of work again, or that person didn't do what they were supposed to do. No, my kids are going to do it. Or they're going to.
Dude, I think that's admirable. I do. I absolutely do. I think it's the one thing you and I are completely in sync with. We both have that idea and we share that idea. So
on Friday. So God, last week, I can barely even talk about it. I had a really hard week, so hard that I can't even discuss it publicly.
Okay.
And on Friday night, I had arranged tickets for my kids and I to go to WWE SmackDown Live.
Oh, I was supposed to go. My friend was in town for it and asked me to go. And I was like, I'm sorry, I have too much going on. I really could have hooked you up too, because he's one of the trainers of the show. He's like in the show.
Oh, well, I was very fortunate to get some free tickets.
Very nice.
But I did not want to go. I was just so overwhelmed and stressed and I wanted to be anywhere but there. But I went because, I had gotten the tickets. I'm not going to return them at the last minute. And,
Sure.
And I know my kids would have enjoyed it. So we went to that. That was a lot of fun. And other than that, I have not left my house in days.
Lucky you.
I'm so unwell myself that, I'm leaving for Las Vegas soon. And I normally am fully packed by this point. I haven't even begun packing. And that's stressing me out. But, thankfully I have my True 10 here to take that helps me. And you can get my CBD gummies too at mytrue10.com. I've also been getting into disagreements with a lot of people. The one that got me the most press was, and most people probably don't even know her name. That's not a diss. That is just an accurate assessment. Camila Cabello's former bandmate, Lauren Jauregui, she used to be in Fifth Harmony. She claims that I outed her. And I don't agree with that assessment. and I don't have to. And she can think I did out her. Let me just very briefly recap what happened. But everybody was talking about it from People Magazine. Oh, so People Magazine reached out to me saying that they wanted to do an article, that they were going to do an article, and it was going to run the next morning, and if I wanted to respond. And they just wanted a quote from me. And I'm smart, okay? I knew that if I gave them a quote, they would just run my quote. But I said, get on the phone with me. Let me give you my quotes on the phone. So then I could turn that small thing into an even bigger thing. And it did. So what happened was in 2016, she was 20 years old. She went to this wedding and she was at a photo booth. And these photos leaked online of her kissing another girl. And I said something along the lines of, what did I say? Whatever. I think I remember exactly what I said. I said, why? Here's exactly what I said off the top of my head, remembering verbatim. I said, why are Fifth Harmony fans being so extra about this photo of Lauren Jauregui? No big deal, I said. Because, maybe if it was two guys, I would understand, but girls kiss other girls in photo booths all the time. And I never once claimed to have any information about her sexuality. I never made any assumptions about her sexuality, nor do I believe that you can make any assumptions about a person's sexuality because of them having a kiss with another person of the same sex in a photo booth. So she was on Red Table Talk, the Estefans, and she said that I outed her because I sent that tweet and I shared that photo. So, I did not apologize. And that upset a lot of people. When I feel the need to apologize, I will apologize. And when I do not feel the need to apologize, I won't apologize. I am saddened that she viewed what I did as hurtful to her. But I know that a lot of people think if you apologize for how somebody felt, but you don't apologize for what you did, it's not a real apology.
Right.
So I'm not really sorry.
I don't know why you would be. You didn't even, your caption says it's, look, if you took the picture, you owned the picture and you were the one disseminating it, you were around.
Well, she didn't disseminate it, but two things. When you go to a fucking wedding, but I didn't.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
you didn't.
Yeah. And when you go to a wedding and you're in a photo booth, those photos are going to be sent to all of the wedding guests. That's the standard practice.
Yeah.
And her fans were the ones that leaked this and made it go viral, the photo in the first place. But you know what? It's all a good setup because this week, my podcast on Thursday of this week, my episode of Red Table Talk with Gloria Estefan airs. And I think that'll get even more people talking. So watch that on Facebook Watch if you got some time. Then Aaron Carter, I should unplug this so that you can hear. Aaron Carter, I don't even know if we've mentioned it on the show. Aaron Carter is a new dad. Right. He's got a weeks-old baby at home and a lot of drama with his baby mama. They broke up, they got back together. CPS has already been called on them. And what did he do? He live streamed CPS coming to visit him. And then over the weekend, I don't even know. This is the weirdest part. Over the weekend, but first of all, it's not accurate. Somebody told him on one of his Instagram live streams that I was defending him. I was not defending him. What I said was all of these people were sending me videos of Aaron Carter, and I said, well, I don't see anything illegal in this video.
Right.
That's not to say that I can't see the writing on the wall. That's not to say that I'm pretty sure down the line some bad shit's going to happen. Mm-hmm. But based on all the videos that people were tagging me on, I didn't see any criminality. So listen to what Aaron. Okay.
Stop the whole perception and trying to be something else that I'm not, like everyone else does.
Wait.
And then I get hate for it.
Wait, they got to restart it at the beginning. Here we go.
still not a nice thing to say about Perez Hilton. Even though I think he's like the biggest piece of shit I've ever encountered in my life, and I would fucking punch him in the face if I ever saw him, and I'd probably fucking knock him out on the fucking ground and report it. And go to jail and laugh.
All right.
Thank you.
Let's seriously, who cares?
So a couple of, I don't, technically,
There's such good
I don't
shit
think,
to talk about. Let's talk about the good shit. Who cares about Aaron Carter? Seriously.
I don't think that's,
this is not a lead the show kind of bit.
no, it's all just like the personal stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think what he said is illegal, sadly, because, or maybe I could be wrong. If you're a lawyer, call us 800-721-1185.
Call him.
I think
I don't care.
I think he threatened me in the hypothetical. He didn't say
He didn't say he was going to do anything.
But he said if I run into him, I'm going to do that.
It snows M&Ms tomorrow, maybe he'll do it too.
All righty then. Kanye West. Well, last night Kanye has been real busy. It's kind of nice to be Kanye West when you're like an A+ lister. You can really do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You can be as busy as you want, or you can be as relaxed and discreet as you want.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like, that's what Beyonce and Jay-Z do. They're real stealth. We don't see them that often, which I like. It helps keep a little air of mystery to them. Mm-hmm. But last night on Sunday, Kanye showed up at the Rolling Loud Festival. He performed. A few days prior to that, he performed at this concert with Drake, saw them ending their long-standing feud. And while performing the song Runaway, he did the alternate outro. And when rapping / auto-tune singing, I need you to run right back to me, he changed one of the lyrics and he said, I need you to run right back to me, more specifically, Kimberly. And this is just, it's reminding me of, do you guys remember Robin Thicke cheated on his wife?
Yeah.
And then he wrote an entire album begging her not to leave him. Did it work? No. No.
Did he move on to an even hotter chick? Yes.
What? Paula Patton is very hot and classy.
I didn't mean to compare the two. I'm just saying he moved on to another. I should have said another hot chick. You're right. Paula Patton's hot.
She is. And she seems like a nice person.
She is.
Not that his new baby mama is not a nice person, but
I didn't mean to compare the two. I was just saying, he just moved on to another hot chick. Shocking. She took him.
You're saying what many men probably think. He upgraded. He went for the younger version.
Nah, I wouldn't say that.
She's probably like 20 years younger than Paula Patton.
I actually don't even know who the new chick is. I think I just have seen a picture and I'm like, oh, another hot chick. You know what I mean? Like hot chicks, they just run in packs out here.
Anyway,
celeb to the next, and
I don't think that it's gonna work. This approach that Kanye repeatedly has been taking now.
Yeah.
In fact,
she's done.
In fact, that happened on a Thursday night. The very next day, on Friday, Kim's lawyer went to court, her divorce attorney, and filed paperwork to become both legally single while they're working through their divorce and to remove West from her last name.
Wow.
I thought she would keep the West, like, Kris Jenner kept Jenner after she divorced. But no, Kim Kardashian is done in every sense with Kanye West. Although he's not Kanye anymore. That's the stupidest thing.
Yeah. It's funny how that hasn't caught on. Like no one reports, anyone I hear talking about Kanye it's just Kanye. It's such a great branded name. It's so silly to even try to change it. And the thing I always thought was weird about it was he has such this affinity towards the love of his mother and blah, blah, blah. She named him that. It just blows my mind that he would want to go left from that. But it's just it's just out of the page of Puffy,
Well, Kanye thinks he's better than everyone. And I think the reason for Ye might have some biblical thing I don't even know. I
Who
don't
knows?
care. But I've noticed something over the last 2 months, and I pointed this out on my social media, and I think I might be in the minority with how I view this. But over the last 2 months, I've seen Kim Kardashian do so many sponsored Instagram posts, like giveaway and buy electronics and all of these things, which, no big deal. Most influencers do those kinds of posts on Instagram.
Sure.
But she, to her credit, crawled and got her way all up to the A-list. And most A-listers do not do those types of posts. Why? Because they don't need the money. So the fact that she is doing those types of posts, the easy money, makes me think, is she not as rich as she's making us believe?
Well, number one, yes, you're right about that. The how much it costs to post on their stuff is complete bullshit. When you look at the companies that are posting on there, you're like, the company's not even worth that much. Okay. You can't tell me they paid that much. It's just like, it cost $1 million, but we'll give you a special deal, $29.95. We'll do it. I mean, that's what's really happening.
That's still even worse for her, because, like, do you really need the money? Does she need the money?
Nah, they don't need it. But
why is she doing it then? Isn't that a bad look?
I think that they're just a constant money grab, and I think she's kind of in the mix again. Like, for a while, everything ebbs and flows, and not to say that they were ever not top of mind, but with all the Kanye stuff, with all the Tristan Thompson stuff, all of the things that are happening with this family, I think they're in the mix again, and they're opportunists. They're capitalists, and they like to take money, and they'll take anyone's money. They're whores. They're literal whores. They'll whore their brand out for anything. So that's what they do. It's not you know what I mean? I don't think that they're that picky about it when I look at some of the stuff, if that makes any sense. I guess that would be my 2 cents on that.
Well, everything you said sounds a lot like me too. Speaking my language. Oh my God. All right. Well, it's been fun while it lasted, and it seems possibly that Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson's relationship might be over already, or it might not be, or they may never have ever really been dating. It might have just been like trolling the media. Who knows?
I buy that, but I just wonder if he hit it.
I don't know. We don't know.
Nobody knows. That's what we all really want to know.
I don't think so. She's a mother of 4, and I don't know.
Mothers of 4 don't want to get down. They want to get down more than anybody. You kidding me?
She's a MILF. Yeah, she's major MILF.
Yeah, she's a hot chick. He wants to hit that.
I wonder if this made it to you when Miley Cyrus was on The Tonight Show with Pete Davidson. Did you watch that?
This week, Miley wasn't on. It was
she was.
Billy. Miley was on this week?
No, not Saturday Night Live, The Tonight Show.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, it didn't make it to me. I'm sorry. You're right.
Yeah. Billie Eilish was on Saturday Night Live. Miley was on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, promoting her upcoming New Year's Eve special with Pete Davidson.
Yeah, they have a special together. Yeah.
Yeah. And she sang this song, which she dedicated to Pete Davidson. It's like apparently an old song. I wasn't familiar with it. It's called It Should Have Been Me. Do you know that song?
Who sings which It Should Have Been Me?
I don't know. But the gist of it was that Miley was jealous when she saw Pete with Kim Kardashian, and it should have been her instead. It could have been all just tongue in cheek, or it could have been Miley shooting her shot, right?
Who knows? Nothing shocks me anymore.
I know. But when I really think about it, I mean, Miley Cyrus and Pete Davidson make so much more sense together than Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, that's a very valid assessment. I agree with that. They look, she's like rock and roll, dirty, tattoos, former hard partier, came up very young. Are they like age?
Yeah.
Yeah, right in the same ballpark. Yeah. I mean, they kind of make sense. They really make sense.
Like they could be soulmates. Like I kind of want to see that happen now. And it might be happening because after this is like, I don't get it. I don't get it. After the Tonight Show appearance, Miley went with Pete to his place in Staten Island.
Wow.
It takes an hour at least to get from the Rockefeller Center where the Tonight Show is to Staten Island, right? Like an hour, right?
No, I mean, they just drove across the bridge. So, 40 minutes. But yeah, it depends on traffic. They had to go downtown across the bridge.
It takes a long time. If she wanted to just smoke with Pete, she could have done that at her hotel, or they could have done that in the car or wherever.
Yeah. But I mean, it's like rock and roll dirty, Staten Island, not the place to be. That's where Miley wants to be. You know what I mean? Like that makes sense to me. Miley's not hey, let's go to the meatpacking district and hit the whoop whoops. She's not into that. So I guess I get it.
Well,
back to your point, I get them together. That doesn't, it's not a terrible matching or pairing.
No. Well, I am so excited to keep tabs on a potential Miley and Pete romance. It would be a Christmas gift for us all.
Well, a New Year's gift because they're doing a New Year's show together. So if there's going to be a relationship or they're going to ramp up that idea, they've got about 2.5 weeks.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
3 weeks, yeah.
But
then that relationship is over.
It needs to happen before then.
New Year's,
yes. Yeah. So that's our Christmas gifts. They need to start planting the seed and getting us excited about it.
Consider it planted.
All right. I got some more Khloe Kardashian and Tristan Thompson messiness. But first, it's the holidays. Like we need any reminder. And on Saturday, oh my God, I have been so good. But my sister came and took my mom out to dinner. They went to eat sushi. And then they brought back some donuts for the kids. And I was feeling. You
considered yourself a kid?
No. Here's what happened. They brought back home some donuts for the kids. I was not feeling well. Like life just hit me hard. So at like 5 p.m., I took a nap and I slept for an hour and a half. Don't even ask why. And then I woke up and I saw the donuts there and I'm like, oh, they brought me donuts too. How nice. So I had a donut and I'm like, I was so not wanting to, but I ate it. And then I went to my mom's house to say thank you for the donut. And they're like, that wasn't for you. You're on a diet. That's for the kids. And I'm like, oh, okay. And they're like, don't eat the other one. That's for the kids too. And like, I was not going to eat it, but I ate the other donut and I left my kids with no donuts. They already had one. They shared one. They brought back 3 donuts for the kids, but my mom didn't want to let them have it late at night because that would have made them really hyper. So instead of having a donut each, she let them split one donut and then I ate the other 2. So I'm going to be like, really focused on my health this next week. And
I doubt it.
I am. And if you are it should have been me. I don't even know that song. And Miley really sold it. I love Miley. She's just amazing.
She's great.
All right. So, we'll see if this pans out and ends up being true. According to reports, Khloe Kardashian is never, ever, ever getting back together with Tristan Thompson. Allegedly, she's done with him for good, but she's going to be stuck with him forever because he's the father of her child. You reap what you sow, you go into something with somebody and you have to deal with the consequences sometimes for life. And this woman came forward. She is an adult film star who is the ex of rapper Chief Keef, who claims that during one of the breaks that Tristan Thompson was on with Khloe Kardashian, that she had sex with him at a swingers party.
This guy's penis is having the party of a lifetime.
He's going to swingers parties.
Wow.
I don't know. God, I do feel bad. Like Khloe clearly has an awful picker, and these types of men seem to gravitate to her because Lamar was in the very similar mold. It's like the Kardashians fucking dominate the news. There's so much to talk about. Fucking A. It's like Kardashian or Kardashian by association. Travis Scott gave his first sit-down interview since the Astroworld tragedy. Mm-hmm. He spoke with Charlemagne the God, and he basically lied, I think. I just do not believe him. He literally said he had no idea the severity of everything until minutes before the police press conference. I find that so hard to believe because there was police present at the festival and there were people being taken away on stretchers for a while. Like that, I was up that night late. It was on a Friday night, and like that all went down like at 2 a.m. or something like that, or 1 a.m. So there were hours that passed after he finished his set that he could have found out. I just do not believe him. I tried watching it and I'm like, you're just lying throughout. He also just did not take responsibility in the eyes of me and many. He instead tried to spin it around, saying that he just wants to try to figure out how this happened so it doesn't happen again, blah, 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 blah. Do you think that was a good move doing that interview?
I don't know. Like, I don't know what he saw either. I know I've stood on a stage before with a mic on me or a light on me that's, on the artist, and I can see about a row. That's about it. You can't see anything else. I don't know if I believe him, not believe him. I just think it's more on the individual venue. I think that there should be like a house lord, like a house czar, someone that's just perched at every show, and you see things going on, gets out of control. You just pull the plug. You're the artist. You want to get pissed, you can piss all you want. To say, hey, this isn't on me. This is the house rules. And, someone pulled the plug. There's some chaos happening. That solves everything. But as I've said, money controls everything. And,
oh my God, your voice is literally dying on us.
It's gone. Yeah, dude, it's totally gone. I'm sorry.
Don't talk as much. I'll keep it up.
Short show this week. Short show.
No, I love a show where it's just me talking.
Yes. Huge downloads.
Okay, an update. Last week, we spent a good amount of time talking about the new Tristan Thompson baby mama and all that drama. Mm-hmm. Well, he went to court in Texas, filed an emergency petition for a judge to issue a gag order, and was successful in that. So we will not be hearing as much, allegedly, about his other baby mama for a little bit. But okay. I don't know. She'll still probably find ways to leak it, I think. They always do.
Yeah, the friends.
Yeah. In more Kardashian craziness, Blac Chyna has found herself in some very unpleasant headlines. The mother of Rob Kardashian's child allegedly got into an altercation, or even more serious, there's allegations that she held a woman hostage at a drug-fueled party. And once again, in this instance, well, I don't know. Maybe he was entrapped. Maybe, because when Rob Kardashian was dating Blac Chyna, she was arrested for drug possession. And then they had a child together. So he knew, what she was doing and what it might have been struggling with or enjoying recreationally or whatever. But I guess he could argue, well, she got pregnant and it's not my choice for her to get, it's her body, blah, blah, blah. So I'm surprised, though, that since that story broke, that she was at a drug-fueled party and held this woman hostage, that Rob Kardashian has not gone back to court to amend their child custody agreement because I would think that they could use that as ammunition to get maybe possibly sole custody.
Well, courts aren't like McDonald's. You just don't go, hey, I'm going to drive through tomorrow and do this. I mean, it takes some time to make things happen. So if there are things going down, it could be in the works.
All right. Well, we will see. So I got to say, I'm really surprised at the verdict in the Jussie Smollett case. Although I'm not one of those people that, watched. I don't even think the trial was televised, but like so many people, I don't know how people find the time. So many people like watched that entire Kyle Rittenhouse trial and this and that. Like, don't you have jobs? Don't you have lives?
I don't believe anybody watched more than 5 seconds of what they saw on MSNBC either. I think people are they take the highlights and they just regurgitate what other people have said. That's typically what I think what happens. I don't think anybody's watching it.
Well, so many people claim, did you watch the trial? I watched the trial. Anyways.
Sure you did. You watched 5 minutes of it on C-SPAN.
I have a fairly good understanding of the law, and to convict somebody, for them to be found guilty, they need to be found guilty with, without a reasonable doubt. What's that expression? Within a reasonable, there's no reasonable doubt. You know what I'm talking about?
That has a reasonable understanding of the law.
Whatever.
Just get to the goddamn rat.
What I'm getting at, surprisingly, Jussie Smollett testified in the trial. Like, oftentimes you won't have the defendant testify. And he said that those brothers were trying to extort him. Mm-hmm. He claimed that the brothers wanted $1 million or more out of him. Mm-hmm. And if I'm a jury member, I'm like, well, gosh, that seems plausible. Like, what if they really were just trying to get money out of him?
Yeah, but he still did what he did. I mean, who cares? That's the thing. Even if he did, he did. He still did what he did.
Yeah, well, that's obviously the jury was presented with enough evidence that they were convinced that he did that. And it's sad because if you're like a Mel Gibson, you get more leeway, but I think this could have really bad long-term repercussions on Jussie Smollett's career. Even though it's a non-violent crime, even though it was dumb and stupid and awful, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not the worst thing. It's not like he killed somebody drunk driving or this or that or the other,
Yeah.
But I think his career might be over.
Yeah, he's done. He's toast.
And he spent so much money. What is he going to do? He spent hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not more, fighting this for years in courts when it first came up and then now. So sucks for him. In more celebrity legal news, Josh Duggar of the Duggar family has been found guilty of downloading and being in possession of child pornography. I don't even care about these losers, so not even going to spend much of my time talking about them, but
yeah, that's disgusting.
And his family, they're enablers, I would say. Like, I don't know, because this guy allegedly has taken advantage not just of his sisters when they were young, but other people, and he never faced charges. Anyways, in more TV news, the new Sex and the City reboot is here, and I still don't have HBO Max, sadly, so I have not watched. I would have made, there's only 2 episodes. I could have watched 2 episodes. The only reason I didn't join is because I'm cheap, and I'm like, I don't want to pay for HBO Max. Like,
we get it. Just get on to the story.
Anyways, by now,
you get knocked off track so easily today. Your mind like is a ping pong ball today.
Being cheap is a good thing, I think. By now, I'm sure most everybody has heard the big spoiler, the big news from the show.
Spoiler alert if you haven't.
Well, everybody's heard about it by now.
Maybe you haven't. Maybe people haven't.
Everybody's heard about it by now. Mr. Big, Carrie's husband died. They killed him off in the first episode, which some Sex and the City fans were very upset about because in an interview before the show premiered, the executive producer and writer, Michael Patrick King, said that nobody died. So he straight up lied to people. But I like that because now you were really caught off guard and shocked. And it was like really effective, that tool, that device, to completely change the world of Sex and the City. I didn't watch it, but I watched some clips and I think I would enjoy it if I watched it. There were some moments that were really cringe though, like when Miranda was in college, she's taking classes and she's like super woke now or trying to be woke. And it's like, a lot of people were upset about that. Like the show when it premiered in the 90s was very straight and very white. And now they've made like a real concerted effort, but in almost like an artificial way, right? Like it's so diverse now. They've all got diverse friends, but they're just like accessories. They're the friends are diverse. I mean, they're doing as much as they can, I guess. A lot of people, it's polarized a lot of people. A lot of people liked it. A lot of people didn't. Did you by any chance watch it?
No.
Did your girlfriend watch it?
No.
No interest?
No.
What?
I mean, it's just like every other reboot. Like it's really not going to be that great. I just don't, there was no need for it. It ended perfectly. New York is over. It was great. It was a great show. I am watching Dexter, the reboot, and I'm like 3 in and I'm enjoying that, but
why are you enjoying that?
I just like Michael C. Hall. I think he's a great actor and it's an interesting plot line. I don't know where they're going to go. I'm not going to go as far to say it's great so far because I'm only a couple in, but I loved that show. It was a lot of fun.
You have to go to work later today?
That should be fun.
Oh my God. Well, we're going to wrap it up soon because Booker's running out of steam. All right. In more TV news, Wendy Williams must be very, very unwell. It's just been announced that she's having guest hosts through the end of January at least. So she is not returning anytime soon. Adele, tickets went on sale this last week for her Vegas residency. And it sold out before it even went on sale for the general public. Over 100,000 tickets sold for many shows. And I think Adele could get away with this, but I don't know if most other artists will be able to get away with this. Adele is taking COVID safety very, very, very seriously. Not only will you be required to show proof of vaccination, not only will you be required to wear a mask when not eating or drinking, but in addition to the proof of vaccination and mask wearing, you're also going to have to show a negative COVID test 48 hours within the show window.
Wow. Jeez.
I would find that annoying as fuck. To be
Yeah,
honest.
they better give it to you at the hotel. I mean, if you fly in for a Friday night show, they're not even giving you the option to do it there. You know what I mean? Like if you flew in that Friday for the show, that's fucked up.
You'd have to get the test before you fly to Vegas.
I guess, yeah.
So yeah, there's that. And also congratulations to Adele. I'm sure it'll be number one again, but as of last week, her song Easy on Me spent 6 weeks at number one on the Billboard Hot 100.
Well, like I told you all, it's a massive hit. I believe the time I heard it. It's a great song, fantastic song, earth shattering, changed the world.
It is a massive hit. All righty then. I don't know how I feel about this. Speaking of Adele and her residency, people are going back to shows again. And according to the New York Post, Chrissy Teigen and John Legend went to see the Rockettes with their children recently, and they did not want to be bothered by people, or maybe they're germaphobes and really concerned about COVID or who knows what, but they bought out the entire row of seats behind them. Is that lame.
Obnoxious, yes.
It is, yeah.
Yes, totally.
I think that's obnoxious too, personally. I mean, if you're that concerned about COVID, double
Stay home.
mask or stay home. Yeah.
Stay home. Yeah, come on.
They already had to show proof of vaccination and wear masks there.
Can you
So
imagine just sitting in that row, like all by yourself, and the row behind you by yourself, like everybody looking at you? It's just so icky. I don't like it.
it almost draws more attention to them, I feel like.
I'm staring at you like, who are these two people that have? Oh, I see what's happening here. These two look at me people. Those two are nauseating. I got to be honest with you. They're upping the nauseating game to a whole new level.
Well, speaking of John Legend, this surprised me. He announced a Las Vegas residency. And I think he was like a lot of shows too, 22 concerts in Vegas. I don't know off the top of my head any John Legend songs except that All of Me song or All of You or whatever the hell it was.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to be playing at a big theater, the Zappos at Planet Hollywood, where Britney was.
I think he's just got that older fan base, that likes that crooner type music. Is it crooner? Is that the word, or croner? Crooner. Right?
Crooner. Well, I hope it does well. I don't know. We'll see.
He's very good live. I mean, he's really talented. He's fun to watch.
You've seen him in concert?
We did a show at that little Grammy theater, and like I don't know how many people are in there, maybe 100 people, maybe not even that, maybe like 75. But just watching him play, like he's so talented. I mean, just his playing alone, God, he's a great pianist. And then his singing, it really works. Even if you don't know the music, I didn't, but I loved it.
I like knowing the music when I go to a concert personally.
Me too. I agree.
An update on Chris Cuomo. He has decided to leave before getting fired his show at Sirius XM. That means Sirius XM needs some new programming. We're available if you want us.
No, we're not.
I'm kidding. All right. Prince Harry said at a new event, he was promoting some company that he works with and blah, 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 blah. He said that you should quit your job if it doesn't bring you joy. And that was met with a lot of criticism because, he's never worked a day in his life, like a real job and all of that.
Yeah.
And
hush up.
I would say, do not quit your job unless you have another job lined up or the ability to not work comfortably for a long time. That's more practical advice. Let's take some calls.
All right. Thank you for carrying me today. I appreciate it.
All right, you're welcome.
Oh, Booker.
Oh,
It's so funny because in each episode, you have.
Do you love that tone right off the
yes,
bat?
I love it. No, keep it going. Keep it going.
No, I just want to start it over. Just make sure everybody gets the full effect.
I could tell. I love the tone.
This condescending, like, oh, I know tone. This should be fucking gold.
Oh, Booker. It's so funny because each episode, you have very strong opinions, but yet somehow at the end of every single opinion that you strongly state, you end it with, but I don't give a shit. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. Oh, I don't give a fuck. But you clearly do care about all of the things that you are giving these strong opinions on, not only because it's your job, but because
let me stop you for 1 second. Perez is asking my opinion. I mean, that is my role on the show. Outsider perspective. It's kind of what I do. Welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us, but I'll let you continue.
So because you clearly do care, and it is okay to care about things. Last but not least, nobody is saying that Kim should divorce Kanye because he has a mental disorder. But I think it's very selfish and also very...
No. People did in the calls say verbatim that. That's to clear that up. People did say that in the calls. I don't know if that was conveyed with all the calls that we aired, but people did indeed say that. I agree with you. That's silly.
Educated for you to judge Kim's decision when you have no idea what it's like to date someone with such an intense mental disorder, with such high highs and low lows like bipolar disorder. Like you said, this didn't develop overnight. It happened through time. So this is something that Kim has had to do for a very long time. And I think we need to acknowledge the fact that it is her right to make that decision.
It is. I said
She
that.
can no longer handle someone like Kanye West and a mental disorder like bipolar disorder. It's very hard to date someone who has a disorder like that, and that is coming from someone who's dated someone with that. So I really wish, Booker, that you, for 1 second, would consider the fact that you've never been in those shoes before. And I'm sure she has a valid reason being.
Once again, I said maybe she should leave him multiple times. I know.
Oh no, I don't remember that. I don't remember that.
I did, 100%. No. I did. I said maybe they should break up. I was talking about society in general, how people or how celebrities, let's just marry somebody and have a bunch of kids with a bunch of, and then just leave this mess for someone else to clean up with. I just don't think that's overall a great message that our society is sending, especially when it comes to marriage. It should be a little bit more coveted. That's all. If you don't work out, if you don't. And here it comes. I don't care either way. I don't. Fine by me. So, thanks for your call, I guess. I think it's a lot of contradictory stuff there, but okay.
We appreciate you.
I do appreciate her. It's a fun call. I do love her tone, though.
Hello, Perez and Booker. Congratulations on your Spotify recognition. I am one of your loyal listeners and one of your resident family law attorneys that love to listen to your podcast, and I wanted to provide a little bit of information regarding child support in California, a la the Tristan Thompson matter. It's very interesting. So I do child support calculations a lot, and Tristan was sort of half true. Yes, it is generally ongoing income, which is the regular number that is used to calculate. It's sort of his and hers income. It's a scale that you do a calculation. However, another big important factor is what we call timeshare. So the amount of time that the non-custodial parent has with the child. The more time that a non-custodial parent has with the child, presumably the less child support they pay. So by him saying that I want to never see this child, I want to have nothing to do with this child, he's basically giving himself 0% timeshare, which stabs himself in the foot with regards to the calculation. And again, what Booker said, whatever his ongoing income is, however he earns passive income, whatever, it's income, if there's money coming in somehow that he can support himself, to feed himself, it's his income. So really smart on that. Mom, cost of living in California, I assume from where she was higher, so she'll get more child support that way. And very interesting. Thank you so much. Have a great day, guys.
I love that.
I love
a
her.
lawyer. Smart people.
Can I just say that caller was better than the last caller? Just wanted to throw that out there.
I liked both.
Shocking. You want to do one more? Let's wrap it. I really have no voice.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Holiday show calls. Let's get those.
Yes. Call us 800-721-1185. 800-721-1185. Have a great week, everybody. Thanks for listening and watching. Bye.
Take care, guys.